As I've said before, what must happen is that we move to action. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. Yeah, Jesus educated people. He told them parables. And with the parables, they would have to think about what was the meaning of it. That was a method or a technique of pedagogy for teachers in that day. So it wasn't only the story, the parable, but people had to think about it, try to understand what he meant. This is a good educational process because it gets people to think for themselves. Another incident I think is worth looking at. When the men had taken a woman in adultery and they were going to stone her. And Jesus simply sat there quietly, and it says he wrote something on the ground. We never know what he wrote on the ground, but he said to them, he said, "You who are without sin, throw the first stone." No, go ahead, throw the first stone. So what he was saying was, excuse me, gentlemen, I'll teach you something here. If you have no sin, then you can punish this woman for her sin. He didn't say she hadn't sinned, she had. But think about it, guys, what you're doing. So he was giving her a bit of an education, and her too, because she said afterwards, your sins are forgiven, go in peace, sin no more. Very educational process. So I want to talk today on the first Friday about education and what we do from the Mission Office for disadvantaged youth and for education. For orphan kids in a kindergarten in Brazil, to youth planting guavas in South Sudan, education for people in the Philippines, and so on. It's Jesus' compassion to help people to understand what is life and what is the right way in life. And this is what education is about, Christian education. It also gives people qualifications so they can get on with their life, they can have a decent human life, and then in turn they will educate their own children. So it expands the whole system of people living a better life. And this is part of the compassion of God. And on First Fridays we think of the compassion of God. But what's more important than thinking and reflecting and praying is putting it into action. So from our prayer and our meditation and our reflection, the next necessary step is to do something. And once again, many of you help us in your generosity with donations, and that is the compassion of God in action. And that's how the Mission Office works. So thank you for being part of what we do to show the compassionate love of God.